4, 3, 2, 1.
Got me up the coast, boy. Wanna hear the ocean roar crash over me. Then ride it home, dance it up in moonlight. Hold me tight and don't let go. Watch over me. We are all stardust, stardust, stardust. Left behind, left to find one another, face the sun, fear no one, 'cause we are all one, we are all one, we are all one, we are all one, we are all. Lift me up, yeah, moonchild, put me into overflow. Superstar.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Today the lucky winner is Pam O'Connor. Hey honey elder, Deb, crazy mom, it is what it is. Yeah, just block people like that. Hey Gingy, Juno, RJ, Red, Suzanne, thank you all for showing up. I don't understand. Athena, why? What, Athena? Come here. Here, I'll give you a little pettings. Come here, right here. Sit right here. If you can sit right here and sit your butt there. No, you have to sit here on the floor. You're not coming up here with me. Sit. There. And then I pet you like this. Well, I was on my backup earlier for a couple hours doing readings. And I was trying to decide if I was going to go live here. But obviously you see what I decided to do. I have to go live for at least an hour or so. I didn't see anybody else, so. Hey, Pentinton, Bryn, Wise Old Lady, Kathy, Kay. My baby's pup cries like a baby when she leaves the house. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Athena has been extra needy of me lately. More so than Caitlin. Sorry, I just took a bite of licorice. Okay. So, as I've already established, the inmates there at the jail, they can write emails and send messages. And they have all kinds of time on their hand. So Fred had typed out his whole motion of discovery and sent it out. It's not like super long or anything. So I thought we would look at it. He wanted our expert opinions because he believes, well, you'll see. Once we get into it, you'll see the issues with it. He's typed it word for word, and you'll see some things that don't make sense, and it will start to make you wonder if it was done on purpose, in my opinion. And that's just My opinion. Not in a way to screw Fred over. Not really to help him either, really, just to, well. Hey, Lisa. Ginger Snap. Hey, Candace. No, this is something, yes, this is something he typed out because he has the motion of discovery and with him, so he had to type it out. So it's not an official document. Because there's only the one that Fred got, and that's it. And this has to do with the dealing charges. Okay, and we're going to go over them here in just 1 second. I just have 3 screenshots like this, so it's not like a bunch. But it might make for some interesting conversation. We'll see. So he tried to type it word for word. You're welcome, Tin Lizzie. Is it? Yeah, you're gonna have to probably change the resolution on your screen. YouTube, for some reason, always makes it really blurry initially. So you have to go to the little quality thing and change that, hit advanced and put it up the highest you can. That way you can read it yourself. But I'm going to read it, but just so you can read it yourself if you want to. But like I said, once again, this is obviously just a copy, just him typing it out. So once again, hearsay, like all our information we pretty much have, because nobody is giving us shit. So we have to take that into account too, but this is not to do with the Summer Wells case. This is with his dealing charges. So he says, okay, on my motion of discovery, on November 29th, 2021, Detective Gary Lawson of the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office received information from a confidential informant, hereinafter referred to as CI1 in the masculine gender, that he, CI1, could purchase meth from Fred Jr. Hill. At this time, Hill agreed to sell CI1 a ball street name for 3.50 in weight. I'm guessing grams, 3.50 weight for $100. At this time, CI's person and vehicle was searched, to no contraband located. CI1 was then fitted with a recording transmitting device capable of transmitting a conversation from one place to another. CI1 was then provided $100 of Hawkins County's Sheriff's Office confidential funds. CI1 then traveled from meet location to DL location at 167 Ben Hill Road at Hawkins County, Tennessee. So, what do we have here? In the first thing you see here, it's Gary Lawson, which he is the narcotics lead over there at Hawkins County. It says Hill agreed to sell the confidential informant a ball for 3.50 grams for $100. Okay, so this guy got a hold of received information from so the confidential informant reached out to Gary Lawson, it looks like, to let them know that the informant stated he could purchase meth from Fred Hill. Hey, Dylan. Yeah, there's nothing in here. I mean, there's definite mistakes in this, but we don't have the original copy in front of us, so we have to go with. And Fred has said that there's noticeable mistakes in it, and that's what he wanted me to see. Okay, so it says from meet location directly to deal location at 167 Ben Hill Road, Rogersville, Hawkins County, Tennessee, the residence of Fred Hill. CI1 then met with Hill at the residence. At this, CI1 exchanged $0. Okay, see, here's the first. Well, I don't know about the first issue. Oh, he knows who it is. Here's the first big mistake that I'm noticing, anyways. $0 of Hawkins County Sheriff's Office funds to Hill for 4.23 grams field weight of crystalline substance believed to be methamphetamine. This isn't a typo by Fred. This is actually what the document states. I don't know what's wrong or what's going on with it. I mean, it's potentially good news for Fred, but I don't know what's going on over there at Hawkins County, but they seem to make a lot of mistakes. Hello, Jenny, Kate, Selena. So it says $0 of Hawkins County funds to Hill. So that's a mistake right there. And then it says from there, left the deal location, traveled directly back to meet location. CI1 turned over the purchase meth and $10 of Hawkins County's funds to Lawson. Now tell me how that makes sense. So these are the things that Fred wanted me and others to see so we get his opinion, because how's it going to say that at the location when the purchase happened, there was an exchange of $0 for 4.23 grams. And then when it gets back to the original meet location, he gives Hawkins County law enforcement back $10 of the money. The CI's persons and vehicle was searched again, no contraband located. This controlled purchase was monitored and entirely via audio and visual surveillance. The purchased drugs were packaged and sent to the TBI lab. And by two is March 3rd. And the CI statement that he signed was that Purchased dogs were purchased and okay. Sign was and okay. And this is the second one. Purchased drugs were packaged and sent to TBI lab. And the buy to is March 3rd of 2022. And the CI statement that he signed was March 3rd of 2020. And the audio and video was lost to that one. From what I hear, you have to have 2 buys to get somebody for, I don't know if that's really true. So we have 1 buy that's completely botched in the information, stating that Fred received $0 in exchange for 4.23 grams of meth, in which this confidential informant gave over the change of $10, but originally it said it was $100. See, for $100, exchanged $0 of Hawkins County Sheriff's Office funds to Hill for 4.23 grams of crystalline-like substance believed to be methamphetamine. CI1 then left the deal location to travel back to meet location. CI turned over the purchase meth and $10 of Hawkins County's funds to Gary Lawson. At this time, the CI's persons and vehicle were searched. Again, no contraband. This controlled purchase was monitored entirely or in entirety via audio and visual surveillance. So they have the one on surveillance, okay, and it was all sent to the TBI lab, but this second deal, the audio and video, which is so interesting because this is what happened to the audio and video on Don Wells' recording. When Fred Hill wore a wire on Don, part of the audio and video was lost. How does this happen? I mean, good for Fred, because this could be a very good thing for him, especially if it's true that you have to have 2 buys. That's what Fred's under the impression of. He's under impression, for some reason, that you have to have 2 buys in order for there to be a case. And one of his buys, you know what he's thinking? He's thinking that they did it on purpose. I kind of wonder that too. Come on, move. Scoot over. If you're going to be on this seat with me, you need to move your butt over. He thinks they did it on purpose so they could just throw it out. And it not, I don't know. I mean, it's dated here. Okay, signed. He dated it for 2020, March 3rd of 2020. The buy was actually March 3rd of 2022. Audio and video was lost on the second transaction. The amounts were off. A lot of stuff was off. I guess they changed, though, the laws. It is what it is, and they changed it to buy, sell, or give. So in dealing now, I guess they've added in the wording or give. Buy, sell, or give. So I don't know. He's been trying to get a hold of he's like, I want to get a hold of my lawyer, which I guess I could try contact him for him, but he's like, I don't know. He thinks that Right. And why did they wait so long to charge him? Is another thing. Why did they wait over a year? It's been over a year on both of the charges since the actual incident happened. That's another weird thing. I'll tell you this too. They did tell Fred that they'll make sure that he doesn't have to do that he doesn't have this. They'll make sure that doesn't have to do any time. And he's very much still feels like Cotton is involved. Okay, that's his feelings. He's still under that belief. He said that Cotton knew way too much. Also, the information that he was said to have had and why they questioned him, like it was said that he had information about the crime scene that was not released to the public. Well, the only reason why is because he knew the location of where Cotton was hit or where his wound was. The blunt force trauma, it was on the back of the head. Fred knew it because of a family member telling him. I knew that too because of a family member telling me. Like, I knew it'd be, so, I mean, and I was definitely not there. Wow, Lance, that's crazy. Yeah, exploited innocence. He broke the law. Yes. We know that. We've got past that point. That's why we're even talking about this to begin with. We wouldn't even be talking about this if he didn't break the law. Oh, you're going to take it down. You're not a little tiny pup anymore. So let's see what he says after it. He just says, I personally don't think they have a case. I just need a lawyer to present it to the judge instead of selling me out. I've not took any plea. I will take it to grand jury first, but I don't see how they can even hold me on this motion. It's almost like it deliberately fucked it up all the way through it. With that being said, what's your thoughts on it? That's crazy. I hope he gets in front of. I hope he can get in front of I don't know. He's gonna have to talk with an attorney on all that stuff. They might have hit enough evidence. I don't know what their rules are and stuff, but they might have enough evidence with. I don't know. I'll have to like look into that. Oh gosh. Shush it. Shh. Yeah, it's Ginger. Shush. Hold on. Sorry, they're still going. I'm trying to. So, his charges for the okay, so the dealing, that one is just, it's a dealing charge. It's not manufacturing. They offered him, he said, so I don't know where White Boy got his information, but their final or most recent offer was 8 years, 30% of 8 years. Shush, please. Could it be considered entrapment since the informant went to law enforcement? Probably not on that one. But I don't know. No, they didn't. There was nothing. I don't know if they raided the house or whatever, but they did come right in the house to arrest him. So I'm sure they checked nothing was found on like, as far as any type of, the charges are what we see online and that's it. And they're for the dealing. And they did say something to Fred about making sure that he doesn't do any time for these charges or something like that. But he didn't even deal no money exchange unless I brought money later to Fred on the front. Isn't there a video out that Don and Stacy tried to set Fred up? He did say something like that on the labs. To the lab, yeah, he said something like that. Don thinks he's like, he tells a lot of stories. I know, right, Sylvia Brown? Like, how the hell? I mean, good for Fred, I guess, that the audio and video didn't work on the one by, but how the hell does that freaking happen? Now, twice now? There's something not right with that. Why would Don Wells audio and video, only part of that one was lost, but the whole buy for one of the two exchanges was completely lost too, of Fred's. The CIs. So, what? How the heck does this happen? Turned off the water. Oh, so they couldn't flush stuff or something? It's for Fred. Laura doesn't have those kind of charges. Hers are misdemeanors. Laura's only facing like a couple years or something. This is you guys, this right here, they did tell him. This is a copy of it, or this is him writing out exactly what the motion of discovery is. He copied it word for word because he wanted my opinion. So in it actually, in the motion of discovery, it says video and audio was lost. The second buy is March 3rd, 2022. And the CI statement that he signed was for March 3rd of 2020. And the video and audio was lost. So yeah, he just wrote this out word for word because he has the only copy. Well, besides the court or, people, probation officer, attorney, whatever. So we don't have the original. I'd like to see the original. I wish you could send a picture or something, but they can't do that. There's so much stuff wrong with this. It's really actually laughable. I wish we could see his document though, so bad, because I know people are going to not take this one, because since it's in his, since it's hearsay, even though it's from Fred, we don't see the actual document. Yeah, this is Fred's discovery on his dealing. I guess. Yeah, it is true that you can get in trouble for that. They've changed the laws. So even though it says that he got $0 for the product or for the drugs, I don't think that part will change anything, because they changed the laws to buy, sell, or give, from my understanding. Because that's that I remember back in the days, in my partying days, that people would try to avoid getting in trouble by, they'd say, oh, well, I can't sell anything to you, but I could give you. Because for some reason, like, giving somebody something wasn't a dealing charge, but I think it is now. The buyer cheated Hawkins County and kept $90. Yeah, that's what something. Yeah, so what do you do? Did he cheat Hawkins County? I mean, what the heck? Well, I can't be 100% this is what the discovery says, because I don't have the actual document in front of me. Fred could have mistyped. He could have left out some. Who knows? I don't think he left out anything, but I know other people are going to say that he did. Because he wanted my real opinion. I can't give my opinion on something that's not all there or partially there. So proof of the give. Yeah, because yeah, I mean, the guy came back with drugs. And they supposedly watched him go from, searched his car before he went over to Fred's and then searched it after. So he came back with drugs. He had to get it from somewhere. Doing 5 years for buying a gabapentin. Probably got it from Dawn. See, that's why Fred's asking, like, he doesn't think they have a case because of this stuff. I mean, all I can do is go by what he stated. It only hurts Fred to not put everything there, because so if by going what is in those messages, I don't know. I'm sure there's still a way that the state has them hooked. I mean, there's loopholes and stuff like that, that people find all the time. But is a defender going to be willing to, be willing to do all that? Usually, public defenders are friends with the prosecutor and friends with the judge. The way other drugs are not the same. The money is off. He gets changed. Waits 2 years to bust him. No knock warrant. No audio or video proof of the buy. You think they can withhold in the discovery? This is his first dealing offense. Yeah, I think. We're just discussing it, Jerry. That's why this is a true crime discussion. So we just chat about it over here. That's kind of what we talk about over here. People tend to go to jail and prison, the ones we talk about over here, because that's what we discuss. He's already in jail, so we already know he's going to be doing time. No, he was on probation. But But there was that Sullivan petty theft, that misdemeanor of those boots, that I don't think that case has been satisfied yet. Like, I don't think he's been sentenced for that. So let's say even if he was bonded out for the current dealing charges or drug charges, he would still have to go be transferred over to Sullivan to take care of that, which that's just a misdemeanor. So he'd be out probably the next day, but still. That's for those work boots. No, he was not on probation. We're just going to block that guy because he's one of Daisy's people, and he's just annoying the crap out of me. Yeah, so Sullivan, here, I'll pull up, let me see here. Okay, so here. These top two are his. This one that was closed in 2008. Oh, that's a traffic. Yeah, okay, that was a traffic thing. And then this other one is this, those boots. Theft up to 1,000. So I guess he was on probation. Yeah, he's on. He's on probation for the theft. So they could revoke his bond or they could violate him for the theft, and which I'm sure they're going to do. So yeah, he's on probation for this theft for failure to appear. So yep. Oh, he has been coming here for a little bit, Luminous, but the other day somebody, I don't know where I saw it. There was some clip sent to me, and I saw him in the comments. Like, I noticed him because I was like, he was all like chummy with Daisy, and I was like, oh, that's where you came from. And he says like smart ass things sometimes. Hey, Jam. No, his lawyer hasn't. That's what he's trying. He's trying to get a hold of him. I'm gonna have to, let me see here if it shows his, which I could just, Hawkins. Let me look up. It doesn't say his, just says public defender. My sister done 3 years for giving a 42-year-old and a half, or giving a 42-year-old a half of Hydro 5 because she had a rotten tooth and her face was swollen out and she was crying in pain in our rural area. Dang, how did she get in trouble for that? Was she set up? Was he, RJ? Well, the theft charge is going to be a year because that's the maximum a misdemeanor can carry. But besides that charge and the boots, he had the incident in Virginia that he had to do time for. And then before that, really, that's really all. He hasn't been in and out of jail like people think. I haven't asked him. I haven't witnessed that, but I suppose if he's been up for a few days on meth, then maybe he does start acting a little weird. I mean, I do notice I can understand him a lot better. Thank you so much, Blue Miss Sunshine, for becoming a Zixter. Oh, I just blocked him because he was annoying me. He was trying to come up with loopholes to try to annoy me, and everything I said, like he was going to come up with some way to, like he was sitting there telling me, well, bottom line, Fred's going to jail. Like, he's already in jail. His charges, so he has the charges that he's in jail for in Hawkins is for 2 charges of dealing. One was November of 2021. The second was March of 2022, which he was just, by the way, arrested June of 2023. Over a year and 3 months later from the closest transaction. That's another weird freaking thing. And then 2 charges of maintaining a dwelling for drug use. You had to renew. I was going to say, I thought you were A1, but I had to say thank you anyways. I know, CL3. I don't understand either. I don't get it. Fred was like, were they purposely trying to like botch this or what? Is that part of the reason why they arrested him over a year later? Was it to just hold him to try to get information on Summer, thinking like he was holding back or something? When he went and talked to him about Summer's case, he was the one that initiated that. When he went and talked to him, he told me that they said they would make sure he doesn't have to do any time, or that, for the dealing charges or something like that, that the charges would get dropped or some. But surely that was like if he had information, or I'm sure they would be so super happy if Fred could solve the case. I'm sure they would be super happy and be like, "Here you go. We're gonna just drop them all." His theory was they did it so that they could drop the charges quietly and people will not know. I don't know. Who is Hawkins County's public defender? Let me see. I have his lawyer somewhere, but I don't want to put it out on here because, people will bug him. But I'm sure people could talk to him if they asked to talk with the public defender over Fred's case. I'm scrolling back just to see. Okay, yeah, I see who his lawyer is. Which I would, if somebody emailed me and really wasn't, wanted to know that because they think they could help in some way, I tell them that. I just don't want to put it here on YouTube because I don't want the man harassed over stupid stuff. Candace has a new YouTube channel called Taz. Right, Ash Cash? Remember they took him into custody just before Don's PO instructed him back to Ben Hill. Maybe they did it to protect him and question him just to see what he really did know. Gosh. Who knows? There could be a method to all this madness. I mean, hopefully there is. because then that means that maybe they're onto something. Maybe they got those charges on Fred just so that they could get him stuck in. I don't know. I'm thinking all conspiracy-ish, I know, but like it's just so weird to me how long it's been. But I saw Jam saying her son was arrested after 2 years. So I guess it could be common. I was just thinking, like, did they set Fred up like that so they would have him, have the opportunity, the ability to arrest him if they wanted to? If they want to, if for some reason they thought that Fred was holding new information or something. Yeah, they're not really good because they're buddies with the judge. They are employed by the same people the prosecutor is employed by. Doesn't that seem like a conflict of interest? It is, because all these guys, they're buddies, and how can those charges stick if they don't have real evidence? Sounds like either they pulled Fred in to see if he would talk, or something I don't know about. Well, the evidence they would have, I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to look at this realistically and not be. That's why I wanted to talk with you guys, to see what you think. And this isn't about whether you like Fred or anything or not. This is strictly just a discussion on. I mean, maybe there is somebody in here who has a criminal justice degree, or is a lawyer, or and could let us know if something like that does give a loophole. No, they should arrest him at the time of deal. No, he is, Jeb. I was wrong. He was on probation for the one over in Sullivan for that misdemeanor theft. Be careful. I'm live. Come on, Van. Van, no, listen. Yeah, they can offer deals without going to court. Yeah, Dudley was arrested, but was he might have been released though. Yeah, it's actually you can even get out of jail without even going to court. I've had it happen. If you can get a good enough lawyer to actually do the legwork, they'll go meet up with the judge for you. And, if the lawyer wanted to, yeah, he could. And he had enough evidence that they can't legally hold Fred, then yeah, he could go directly to the judge and judge can sign an order or something. Or the judge could even, like, I was released because, gosh, Jim went through freaking heck trying it. This was like early on in our relationship for something. It was for something Athena, no, with the possession of marijuana case, that wasn't closed out. Anyways, I was released thanks that because Jim hurried to hire a lawyer and went up and met with him. Drove he was on it, and I didn't even have to go to court. That lawyer met up with the judge. The judge signed the order because he could see that this was an old charge from 2011, and well, that is what he has as a public defender. But maybe if there's a lawyer out there that knows it's a pretty easy slam dunk, maybe they'll take it on. That's what he says. He says that he's like, I don't even feel like they have a legal right to hold me, but I don't know. I'm sure they do. It's just he's under the belief that they have to have 2 buys in order to make it stick. I don't know why he thinks that. It probably says it's probably kind of like I don't know, maybe they do have to have 2 buys to get a dealing charge. Hey, Terry. Oh shit, guys, 1 second. I forgot I have something in the freezer. It's gonna burst. It's a pop. Dang it, I hate when I do that. They're frozen solid. Oh my god. I can't even open it. It's gonna go everywhere. Sometimes when I get like warm pop, like cans, I'll put it in the freezer to get them cold real quickly. And occasionally, like today, I will forget to take it out. You're not. There's no time limit. The one by I Plead the Fifth. What? There's no audio or video. It got destroyed somehow, just like Don Wells' audio and video. What happened with his? Like part of his, only part of Don's got destroyed, but a important part of it, or just didn't work for some reason. I don't understand why they don't. What are they using? Like handheld, like old school, like tape recorders? Like how do they do this? In a glass upside down. It's a pretty good idea. Right, Tanya? So I'm saying if there's a lawyer that hears it and thinks that they have thinks it's an easy win, then maybe they'll want to do it. Plus, well, I don't know. I was surprised to hear from Fred. He said, I was surprised to hear from him in his own words. He said, Athena, no! Stop going on my chair. He said that he absolutely still believes that Cotton, had something to do with it, with Summer, just because of how much information he knew. I know, Giselle, I put 3 in the freezer, though. I had 3 in the freezer. I'm always afraid, like, that I'm going to end up wanting more than I thought. And I don't know. Anyways, whatever. Asked my daughter about math costs. This was her answer. Just depends. 3.5 grams is like $80 to $120. So probably, yeah, it sounds like your daughter's. Well, I mean, then that means that Fred even gave that guy a good deal, because 3.5 grams is an 8 ball. So Fred gave him 4.23 grams, and the freaking dude snitched on him. He gave him a deal, and it ended up. And he gave him a freaking 8 ball for, I guess, $90. The dude came back with $10. But yeah, in the discovery, it says he paid $0. It just says there's just too many mistakes. I don't get what's going on with Hawkins County. They need to get their shit together. Well, I still have some right here. That's the pop. So I have this big, but I was ready. Thanks to RJ, I was ready. I was prepared. Still, though, even though I was ready and prepared, it still was not a perfect execution. No, no. Fred got in trouble for it was dealing math. Dealing math. But the one that got in trouble for weed, the weed thing was Laura. That's what she got in trouble. Not this time. Her felony charge is for marijuana. That's what made her a felon, is because she had pot plants. Peachy is live now. Why? Who's all live? Let me see. Prayer Garden. So they suspected Candace from the beginning. Well, guys, if you guys want to head over there, Jinkies and BK. I agree. I plead the fifth. Oh, that's right. She did have the pills. That's right. She had those two. You're right. She did have two pills too. Yeah, I forgot. Laura's actually was weed and she had a couple pills. So right? Imagine more time for weed than child predators. Exactly. Well, maybe though that. Oh, that's right. I was going to look up Dudley Ajan real quick to see if he's still in jail. I think he is. See where it says open. Court events. I don't know. Do you guys know if he was released? Because from what I'm seeing, there's just like a September 14th. Oh, thank you. Thank you for always bringing us the latest. Thank you, Little Miss Sunshine, for supporting the channel. We'll stay up all night with you if you want us to. Aww. Yeah, but she's saying they said, I don't know. I thought maybe she has some good information. She is. She's just the sweetest. She's the sweetest. Well, there won't be anything to share about, like, any information as far as Summer and Fred Hill, because he said that he's not in lockdown, by the way. That was not correct information it was for like a day while he had to wait for his hearing for cell phones, a supposed cell phone that he had, I guess. I don't know. That's what they were trying to say. What people were calling and saying is that he had a cell phone on him. What's that, RJ? I was wondering, Jane, because of what her title said, it said, so they suspected Candace from the beginning. So they suspected Candace from the beginning, Summer Wells case. I was wondering why she thought that they suspected Candace from the beginning. Is Dudley a common name in the South? I remember a cartoon called Dudley Do Right. Aw, thank you, Kathy. Well, I have an ice cream right here that I was wanting to eat. Summer's shaved head. I keep trying to figure out why. Maybe they knew something was coming for her, so they made her look like a boy and harder to find. Apparently, he stated that law enforcement asked Candace right away what happened to Summer. Really? Don made a comment recently that said that they suspected Candace from the beginning. Oh, it's one of those. It's a Kit Kat ice cream bar thing. Hey, Nope. But it has like the chocolate in the middle. Wonder if law enforcement wanted Fred off Ben Hill and Don back on the hill to observe Don with all the people he falsely accused. Dudley Do Right is Canadian. So have you guys watched much about that Ruby? What's her name? Ruby Frank? Dudley was on the hill the 15th. Congratulations, Jam. That's a lot. Yeah, I think so too, Beth. Paula, do you think Dawn does? The mom from 8 Passengers, yeah. I had seen her. I recognized her from somewhere else, like, and it's bugging me where I had known her from, like, before this incident, because she must be controversial or something, because, well, I was noticing that Swoop documentary chick on YouTube did a documentary about her like 5 months ago. And allegations of abuse and stuff like that. That was 5 months ago, and they were just arrested, what, 2 days ago? Oh, they found her, Kathy? Jamie? Jamie, Jamie Killian? Or no? What did Jam say that controversial shot? Oh, is it something that's been controversial in the news, Jam? Is that lady still, she's still in jail, isn't she? Because I don't think they gave her a bond. Oh, it makes you sick to your stomach where you have 333 in chat. All right, guys, I am gonna go. I might hang out at Prayer Gardens if the talk is interesting. You never know, I might go up on panel. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And I'm so sorry that I'm getting off here, but I'm gonna go watch more about this 8 passengers lady, and I'll kind of watch in Prayer Garden to see if anything interesting is going on. So all right, guys. Zoggy ditching us. All right. Good night, everybody. Talk to you later.